What is a surety bond for construction contractors, and how does it help you as a licensed contractor get more jobs and have more projects that you can bid on? Surety bond is a guarantee from a bonding company that you as a contractor are going to fulfill the obligations of your contract. What the client doesn't want to have happen is you bid on a contract, they award you the bid, and you start working on it, and then at some point you don't finish the job, you just walk away from it, or you don't have the funds to complete working on the construction, and then they're stuck with a half filled project. So the contractor gets a surety bond from a surety company. Our company, Pro Bonds, we issue construction guarantee bonds. If you as the contractor defaults, the surety company either finds another contractor or they pay compensation to the client for their loss. This will entice that client to do business with you because they have a backup. They're guaranteed, not just your word. It's not just your name on the contract. There's a surety bond that has money set aside for them if you default on your contract. And some types of construction contracts require a surety bond for contracts to be bid. And there's a couple different types of bond. Bid bonds make sure that the bidders enter contracts. What that means is when you put in a bid, you get a surety bond, and if they pick you, you can't renege on that bid and make sure that you actually sign the contract. Payment bonds make sure that you as a contractor pay your subs. So if you have a project that you're paid by your general contractor or by your client and you don't pay your subs or your suppliers, they can put a mechanic's lien on the property. A surety bond makes sure that the client is not going to get stuck with mechanic's liens. Performance bonds are making sure that you finished a project. You don't just walk away from the job, or if something happens where you're injured or your company goes out of business, they're not stuck with a half-done project and they make good on it. And there's some other types of bonds specific for other parts of the contract that could be related to weather, they could be related to building costs, they could be related even to the client themselves performing properly. There are some programs through the government, SBA, can help you with bonds. And the bond option for a contractor is better than a letter of credit, because if you get a letter of credit from your bank, that's putting some of your working capital at risk or tying up your line of credit, where a surety bond is completely separate from any other capital or financing that you have. So as a contractor, you may need a surety bond to bid on a contract or to enter into a contract. And if you need this type of surety bond, you can contact us at Pro Bonds and we can give you a quote and see how we can help you get that contract and put the right paperwork together.